Well, we continue to see a rather extreme weather pattern across the lower 48. Of course, we've seen Nate coming on shore across the central Gulf of Mexico coast, and at the same time, we've seen a snowstorm unfold across Denver. While on the eastern side of that frontal boundary, we've seen record upper 90s in Dallas. Thanks for clicking on to the Tuesday edition of Vogan's US Outlook. Looking at the longer term pattern through the remainder of October, and it looks as if we are going to maintain a fairly warm pattern in the east, cool in the west. We've seen some very, very cold air this October in the western half of the country, but equally, we've seen some remarkably warm air and also humid air across the eastern half of the country, with dew points into the mid 70s as far north as New York City, which is remarkable for the month of October. But it's all thanks to Nate's influence, pumping tremendous deep, moist air from the Caribbean all the way up into eastern Canada here. So all sorts of record minimums have been recorded. The overnight low temperatures not getting above 70 degrees, or below 70 degrees, should I say. And while it's warm during the daytime, it's the warm nights that have really been noticeable, and a lot of that's because of the amount of moisture in the air. Temperatures are just not coming down with that warmth and moisture holding on, especially in the cities. But as we go through the remainder of October, the CFSV2 does indicate that we are going to maintain this ridge of high pressure over the eastern half of the country. This is the 8 to 14 days, so this is the 17th through 24th. Still got the trough in the northwestern half of the country, a bit more of a ridge over the southwestern half of California. Unbelievable scenes out of Northern California with those wildfires. Really, truly heartbreaking stuff coming from the Santa Rosa area of California. So, really, my heart goes out to these people who have lost everything. And what a fall so far across the lower 48 with Hurricane Nate, wildfires in California. There's been a lot of extremes that the United States has had to deal with this year, and certainly it looks as if it's going to get worse before it gets better, unfortunately. But October does look very warm across the eastern half of the country. We do get a bit of a change as we go into the final week of October. Bit more of a ridge over the western half of the country, a kind of sympathetic trough over the east. Still see some ridge holding on over far eastern Canada, but then it kind of goes back into the Great Lakes once again. We revert back to the current setup here with the trough in the Pacific Northwest, ridge over the Great Lakes here. And I do think that will continue on into November. So it's going to be interesting to see whether we can hold this western trough, eastern ridge pattern into the month of November here overall. I want to really quickly look at the upcoming winter in terms of the CFSV2, because it is showing some interesting things with regards to a cold north, warm south, which is very reflective of a La Nina type winter, and it's going to be interesting to see what takes place here. So let's have a quick look at the just give me one wee second here. Want to have a quick look at the winter overall here, because I think it's showing some rather interesting things here. So let's have a quick look. 2 meter temperature anomaly, the 3 month average, and just bear with me just for one wee second here while I can try and pull this up here for you. Computer is running slow. It's probably needing a good clean out, but also it's quite an old computer now as well. So as you can see here, my face isn't syncing particularly well with the uh, the webcam. So let's have a quick look and see what we're looking at here for the upcoming winter season overall, if it will actually come to that, or is it going to force me to have to shut the video down and show you again another time. I don't know. Come on. This stuff is running far too slowly, I'm afraid. But I'm going to have more, obviously, on the 1st of November. That is when the official winter forecast comes out. Yeah, I know I haven't been mentioning an awful lot about the winter. There's been so much weather going on recently that it's been very difficult to look further down the road. If it was a very quiet autumn so far, I probably would be spending a lot more focus on the upcoming winter season. But there's been an awful lot of other things going on that's kind of held me back from really talking much about the upcoming winter season. So we're going to wait and see what happens here with regards to that. But anyway, it doesn't look as if it's going to show its hand here, so I'm going to head off, but I will show you the CFS V2 for the upcoming winter season in the next video, hopefully. Okay, hope you have a great day, Tuesday. I'll be back again in the next few days. Bye for now.